Hey guys, how you guys doing? This is Lysander from Aquarian Motiv8. I want to thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Remember, please subscribe and follow, and let's get into it. Alright, so today I wanted to talk about our needs. And as humans, we have 4 basic survival needs, and everything that we do is done based on these needs. So our habits, our actions, our mindset, the way that we think and the way that we do things is based on these needs here. And that's our desires for those. Now, understanding those needs, it helps us fulfill them. It helps us to get those needs taken care of how they should be taken care of. And so let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and let you know what those 4 needs are. And these are general needs for people. Now, how they translate to everyone individually is different. Everyone goes about their own way in meeting these needs. However, these are the basics of them. And so we'll start with number 1 being certainty. And we all need certainty, and certainty basically translates into security. And it's at our core that we want to feel secure, we want to feel comfort, and that's basically it. Really, it's just that need to feel secure and comforted. And it comes, like I said, in different ways. Some people feel like they have a high earning job, well, then they're secure there. Some people feel like if they can go out and, have the confidence of 100 peacocks, well, then there you go. They are confident, they are secure in that. And so we look for that security, not just outside, but basically in ourselves. So that is the first aspect. Second aspect is uncertainty in variety. Right? It's kind of oxymoronic considering that we kind of want that security, basically, right? However, with uncertainty and variety, we break it down into 2 subgroups, which is surprise and diversity, and the second subgroup is challenge and excitement. Now, surprise and diversity means that you want different things around you, you want to see different things, and you want to be surprised by stuff, basically. And so, like me, for example, I think my life was rich because of the diversity that I've had growing up as a military brat. I've been able to live in different countries, as well as in a multitude of states across the United States, and seeing the diversity of people, the diversity of landscape, the diversity of architecture and everything. It brings out a sense in us. It brings out that uncertainty, that variety sense in us. And who does not like a surprise? Everybody likes a surprise, especially if it's a good surprise. However, we don't like bad surprises, all right? We don't like heart attack creating surprises. However, we do like surprise and something that either we learn or that we attain. So there's that. As well as challenge and excitement. Now, the challenge part of it, let's go to excitement first. Excitement also goes into that surprise and diversity where we love to feel excited. We like to feel happy. We like to feel joy. We like to feel, part of, like, hey, this big fiesta party. And so that also plays into uncertainty, because a lot of things that we aren't certain about, we do get excited about. Or a lot of things that we never thought that we'd have, we get excited about. And so that's where that comes in. As well as the challenge. The challenge of it all, as far as uncertainty, is that we want to try to live up to a challenge. And sometimes we're not certain if we're going to meet that challenge. Or sometimes we are uncertain if we can meet that challenge, if we have all of the tools necessary to meet that challenge. And so that strives for us, or that helps us strive to meet goals, as well as to do better, to do progress in our life. So there's that. So number 3, significance. Significance also breaks down into a couple of subgroups, which is the first one being uniqueness. We all like to be unique. We all like to be different. Even though a lot of us have the same qualities, we still like to be different. We like to stand out in the crowd. We like to be recognized for that too. As for me, my uniqueness, I think my living experience is a unique experience that I tell everybody about, living in different countries, experiencing different people and places. And that's something that's unique for me, and it helps build that need for me. As well as meaning. We all need some meaning. And I like to group this with the third one, because the second one is meaning. The third one is importance and purpose. And I like to group those all together because they basically run the same gamut. We all need some meaning in their life. We all need some purpose in our life. And we all want to feel important. Maybe we might want to feel important to other people. Maybe we just want to feel important to ourselves. And we want to have that meaning in that purpose. And when I say a purpose, I don't necessarily mean the purpose of getting up and going to work every day. I mean the purpose of fulfilling your destiny, your vision of who you want to be. So if your purpose is to go to work in order to get that promotion, well, then that's a purpose. But the purpose isn't just going to work, getting up, going to work. You have an ultimate goal that you're trying to reach, and that is that purpose. And the same thing with the meaning. You want whatever you do to have some meaning. Like I said, if not to anyone else, then to yourself. You want it to fulfill that purpose. Everything you do, you want it to mean something, to fulfill that purpose, and to make it feel important. And so those are the subgroups of significance. I could go into these a whole lot more, but I just want to touch the surface so that you guys can get an understanding of this. All right. So the last of it all, the last need that we have, that's basic human, number 4, is love and connection. Oh yeah, sucky now, right? So, listen, we all want love, and we all want some sort of connection. If not love, then some sort of connection, right? However, I mean, it's been proven where if certain babies of certain animals, if they're not shown any love or any connection within a certain amount of time of them being born, then they either live in a they don't mature fully, they don't develop fully, and sometimes in some cases they even pass away. And so this isn't something to be taken lightly. You could be like, oh, I'm on my own, but you still need some connection. You can be a loner, you could be a solo person, but you still need some kind of connection there. And so with love and connection, it breaks down into sharing, intimacy, bonding, and oneness, right? Now, I'm going to put sharing and bonding in kind of the same aspect, just because even us as people, we do like to share things with other people. Listen, I love a certain show in anime, and so I share it with a lot of friends of mine all the time. I tell them about, hey, you know what, have you seen this show and this one? And sometimes they get tired of me saying that. However, I love doing that because when we share things, it creates that bond, the bonding that we have. And bonding is important for us because we want to feel like we're not in this world alone all of the time. We want to feel like we have someone who can understand us besides ourselves. And we want to be able to share that with that person. And therefore, we want to create the bond. Now, we can't share everything that we like with everybody. So then that is why we create the bond with certain people in order to share those things that are most intimate to us. Oh, did you hear what I just said? Intimate. So let's go into intimacy then, right? Intimacy is best described not as bonding or sharing, but as closeness. And when I say intimacy, I don't mean sex. Okay, I want that one to come out. What I mean is a closeness that is shared by people that creates a feeling of all of this, basically, of all four feelings or all four needs. And so that intimacy could be a mental intimacy, whereas it could also be a physical intimacy. Um, and with that, it's a sharing of a sort, but it's a mutual sharing. So intimacy isn't just a one-way road. I can't just be intimate with you. We have to be intimate with each other. And therefore, now I could share with you all by myself. You don't have to necessarily take it. However, the intimacy part of it is when it's mutual, when it's two people, they are coming together and they're sharing that. They're creating that bond. So the sharing and the bond leads to the intimacy. And like I said, it could be mental or it could be physical. And so that's how that happens. Now, the last aspect of the love and connection is oneness. Now, oneness is, in my opinion, it is the greatest love of all. It is the greatest love of all. It is because it is the loving of yourself. It is the loving of being who you are in your skin and being comfortable with that and being able to parade that out there to people without any apologies. That is self-love. And when you are loving yourself, then you are progressing even faster than you would even imagine, basically. And it is the greatest need because if we don't love ourselves, then we can't get anyone else to love us, nor can we find the feelings to love anyone else. And so that oneness, to me, is the most important aspect of our survival needs. And in all honesty, we could be a hermit out in the back of these woods, right? But if we don't love ourselves, then we're not going to survive back there. We got to love ourselves and know that, hey, every day is a day that we need to keep pushing forward for our own survival, for our own, progression. And so now, the last thing I want to say is this. A lot of my clients, when I tell my clients this, they believe that having more of one eliminates or substitutes the others. And I want to say that's not true. A truly healthy ultimate goal is to have a balance of all of those needs. It is to have a good balance of those needs in order so that we're not lacking in one and over-sufficient in the other, because it will be felt later on. And so when you hear this, I want you guys to remember that the ultimate goal is to make sure that we have balance in all of those needs. All right, guys? I want to thank you guys for landing on such a great page, aquarianmotiv8.com. Remember to go ahead and subscribe and also hit the ding ding notification for me, and also visit me at www.aquarianmotiv8.com, where there's a whole lot more information and resources available for you. All right, I want to thank you guys so much. Have an awesome day.